Let's take a minute to talk about the 808 frequency. And this is especially important when you're actually using numerology as a tool for ascension, when you're actually using sequences in order to ascertain your current frequency or as a technical means of navigating said frequencies. And this is vital work once you actually reach 18 frequency and you actually start working toward communion with gods and connection with your guiding spirit and understanding the realm of 8 and all that it does and all that it influences and the power it truly holds. Okay, this is vital. And when we get into 23 work, which is leaning into opposite action, intentionally behaving in a different manner, responding differently, leaning into opposite action, right? This is what is necessary when you are hoping to wield in more productive frequencies that are actually capable of shifting your life into a better trajectory. This is breaking free. This is what's required. An incredible level of mindfulness, a masterful spiritual eye, an intentional effort to behave better. So with that being said, to understand my worldview and how I see the world, I see us as vessels of myth. I see us as vessels for spirit. Okay, so with that being said, when you understand resonance and you understand alignment and you start to understand the overlapping of myths, you can start to understand karmic paths and karmic myths better. Because, my loves, this is how it works. This is how karmic balance, right? Sorry, the scale's right here. Hard to see. It's all about balance. It's all about justice. And our resonance is going to create a frequency that is going to overlap with the circumstances, the stories, the karmic paths of others, in other words, in order for things to play out exactly how they must, in accordance with divine law, in accordance with divine timing, in accordance with spiritual cycles, in accordance with the laws of karma. So, I say that to say this. Once you discover your guiding spirit and are able to master your karmic path and work in tandem with that energy and help them ascend as you ascend, it's important to understand that you are still fully capable of partaking in another myth that doesn't detail you as a starring figure. And the reason why that is even if you lack a starring role in another's myth, especially someone that's in close proximity to you, your resonance can grant engagement. This is another aspect of 808 energy. Because a big component of 8 energy is proximity and decision. Choosing to engage or reject. But this is where 23 work comes in. When we're talking about actual ego work and the inner work that's required in order to shift trajectory in the realm of 8, in order to plant more productive, more harmless seeds so that you are reaping a more harmless, productive, safe, enlightening, ascension-worthy harvest. So as you know, 23 work is something I heavily promote. 23 work is something I teach my clients in ego work phase, okay? Because it's a primary focus. It is an everyday practice. It is moment by moment. It is thought by thought. It is habit by habit, right? It's reaction by reaction. And when you talk about proximity, you're talking about 2. When you talk about decision, you're talking about 3. And this is directly correlated with 8 energy. So when you are wanting to harvest better, you must do the work. And let me inform you of this, my love. 23 is still karmic energy. It's still a state of internal or external discomfort, restriction of thought or circumstance, but you are intentionally doing what's needed to push through it. But that doesn't eradicate difficulty or discomfort in and of itself. But 23 is always phenomenal news in terms of numerology. We're talking about shifting. We're talking about breaking free, releasing that stagnancy. This is why it's so important. Another very important practice when navigating the realm of 8 is having the eye that's needed to recognize, be honest with yourself, remember what you've done. And oftentimes you can heighten it, worsen it, because it's going to come back multiplied, right? But usually, more often than not, you can relate it to a previous experience you've had. Okay, and if you can't, then we're talking about previous lifetimes or other influential energies. But we're talking about the scales of justice, the scales of balance. If something difficult is occurring to you, it has occurred to another from you. Okay, when we talk about an 88 connection, this is what we're talking about. This is a co-creative energy in the realm of 8. This total 16, the number of a being carrying trauma, because the total is 7. It's trauma reversed. Because when we talk about 8, we're also talking about returning and vengeful energies. Objectively speaking, it's not personal, it's justice. So an additional tool for mastering realm of 8 energies is honing your reactions in moments of discomfort. So when we talk about 52, we're talking about discomfort causing oppositional or reactive, right? Darkness ensuing in how you respond to that discomfort. Don't want that, okay? If you sow opposition and harshness, you shall harvest opposition and harshness. When we talk about 53, we're talking about, in moments of discomfort, deciding to respond in a more balanced manner, okay? If you plant seeds of balance and justice, you will reap a harvest of balance and justice, reciprocity. No more one-sided or oppositional. And the holy grail of the responses is 54. Discomfort, contributing to energetic exchanges that exhibit self-mastery, love, and compassion. This is responding in moments of discomfort with actual compassion and love. That's masterful work, okay? So when you are mindful and you know your psyche and you pay attention, you understand that we're responsible for what we reap. Take care.